And Power Field here at Mile High, starting the fourth quarter. Denver drive, their best of the day. Dobbins had a 32-yard run. Sutton caught an 18-yard pass. Working now, 14 of the Giants. 2nd down and 8 as we start the fourth quarter. Dobbins the back. The fake. McGlinchey a block. Nix to the end zone, or close to it. It's caught by Franklin. Franklin makes the grab. Newman was right there. The catch made at the 2. 1st and goal on 2nd and 8. He gets 12.
Great throw by Nix, extending this play, getting to the outside. But watch how Franklin comes back to it. If he doesn't come back to it, a lot of times receivers, when they're that close to the goal line, they'll try and stay in the end zone because they want to get the touchdown, right? You want to stay right along that goal line. But Flott is trying to come back to it and knock it away. With Franklin's angle, that allows it to happen.
It was Flott on the coverage, not Newman, and it is 1st and goal. And Nix has got a couple tight ends out there, and here comes the rush, and it was almost picked off. Incomplete, almost grabbed by Roy Robertson Harris. Kind of resemble what Dexter Lawrence had a couple weeks ago against the Chargers in the Meadowlands. Incomplete, 2nd down and goal, another deflected pass thrown by Nix.
Well, Abdul Carter comes off the edge. He's the first one there, so then that allows Robertson Harris to nearly come up with the interception.
We've had no turnovers in the game. 2nd down and goal. Dobbins a block to the end zone, deflected, and did Franklin get it on the ricochet? Touchdown, Denver! On the deflected ball. 2-yard touchdown pass.
Sometimes everything doesn't go perfectly, and it's not the prettiest of plays, but it's a play like this that can get things turned around. Good defensive play, knocking it away from Sutton right at the goal line. He's going to 14. The ball's batted up in the air. Great job by Franklin, extending and staying alive, staying with the play, able to get it. See the knee down, secures the ball.
Cordell Flott was defending Sutton and had the deflection. And unfortunately, it ricochets right to the waiting hands of Franklin. Now they're going for 2. Nix for 2. Grabs Sutton in front of Belton. And 2 more on the board. 19-8 is the score. And a good-looking drive. Sutton for 18. Dobbins a 32-yard run. They got it down deep. Franklin on a gain of 12. And then Franklin gets it on the ricochet on a 2-yard touchdown pass. Now Denver scoring here in the early stages of the fourth. The last 4 games, Denver has outscored their opponents in the fourth quarter 36-0. And here's the ensuing kickoff. Oshevsky at about the 6. And hit once and then brought down. Karene Reed is the one to get him. 27-yard return. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 2-yard touchdown pass moments ago by Bo Nix. 2nd year out of Oregon. Before that, 4 years at Auburn. And the quarterback starting today for the Giants. Again, Jackson Dart has led from the beginning with a couple touchdown passes of his own.
Well, smart by the Broncos to go for 2 there at 8. So now if you get another touchdown 2-point conversion, that makes it a 3-point game. You could tie it up with a field goal. Of course, the Giants are going to try and prevent them from doing that, going down and getting some points.
On the 33, 1st and 10. Scatterboo. They'll pound inside, meet the grab of Roach. He gets a yard. 2nd down and 9. 2nd down 9 here. Dart is 12 of 24 for 210 through the air and 2 touchdowns. They bring the blitz. Dart across the middle. It's caught. Robinson on the move. Brought down from behind by McMillan. And streaks his way to the 48. Catch and run of 14. 1st down, Giants.
Well, either a timely call or a great adjustment by Robinson to see that both linebackers on the inside, they both blitz. So that vacates the middle of the field. So if you have a hot built in to where you see that happen, you can take the slant right away. If it's a built-in play, great play call and timely. with that middle of the field opening up.
Robinson 5 catches, 77 yards. Bellinger 3 catches for 88 and a 44-yard touchdown reception. More breathing space, 48-yard line, trying to answer that Denver touchdown pass moments ago. 1st and 10, Scadaboo busting free, and here he goes into the secondary. Ramrodding his way down inside the 35. Scadaboo to the 34. It's a run of 18 the hard way and a first down for the Giants.
Well, I think he gets lost. I think that watch when he goes up to the line here and he's going to squeeze right between these two. And I think the defense loses sight of him. And
well, he's only 5'9".
And then all of a sudden, the defense is like, wait, he's coming out of here. He just keeps his legs going. He's always got his legs churning. That time, I think the defense lost sight of him as he squeezed his way through that outside gap.
Tracy the back now. Scadaboo, 12 carries and 53 yards. And a handoff to Tracy. And grabbed on the line by Zach Allen. 2nd down 9. Tracy the back. Bellinger on the move. They pull him. Van Roten will try to block with Bellinger. And it's read well. And here comes the entourage led by DJ Jones. And they lose 3 on the play, and they're pushed back to the 36.
Well, and it was interesting when we asked Sean Payton that. He said, you know what, I was just talking about that the other day with Bill Parcells. And so what a great story for us, obviously, being fans of the NFL and history of the NFL, to hear that conversation. And what a great comparison.
Payton just passed Parcells in regular season wins not too long ago. Giants 3 of 4 on 3rd down in the 2nd half. They've led the entire way at the 36 right now. 3rd down and 12. Play clock at 0. Do they call time or is it delayed?
Game. Offense, number 6. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Walk me through the mechanics why that happens.
Well, it happens because you can get held up in the huddle and you get 2 minutes time calling the play and at the line of scrimmage. The thing that's interesting, where they were, it's 3rd and 12, so even if you don't gain a yard, you've got a chance for a 53-yard field goal. They chose not to use one of their timeouts and instead take the penalty. So now you have to get some yards back. I don't think you want to try a 59, 60-yard field goal and give the Broncos the ball at the midfield if you don't gain a yard. So interesting timeout management by Brian Daboll.
Scadaboo the back, 3rd and 17. And he'll cut a pass, caught on the ricochet. It's grabbed here by the galloping Johnson. He'll be chased on the play by Barron. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown! "41-yard ricochet touchdown reception, taking it in. Theo Johnson."
Well, just like we saw a second ago when Franklin got the ricochet off of the Sutton at the goal line and he was able to finish the play, Johnson never gives up on the play. He keeps contact, he keeps running, and the ball pops right into his arms. And then he finishes it. And the crowd got quiet quickly.
Mikatamne will put in the extra point, 26-8, the Giants. That is the first 4th quarter touchdown allowed in 4 games by the number 2 defense of the Broncos. On the ricochet, Johnson, 4th touchdown reception of the season, stiff-arming his way in. Streaming on Paramount Plus. Gillen the kickoff. It'll be taken at the 5. And here come the Broncos, and this is Bade, who will stagger his way out to about the 26. The quarterbacks today, Dart 3 touchdowns, no picks. Bo Nix 1 touchdown pass we saw on his last possession.
Well, it's just been a clean day for Jackson Dart coming in here as a rookie and just his 4th start, 2nd time on the road. And you see how productive he's been. Bo Nix, on the other hand, has had a lot of passes deflected. What did we say at one point? He's up to 3 or 4 deflected now. It's been one of those days. They've had some miscommunications. He's had a couple of near misses on deep throws.
Now that defense.
Yeah, they got to come up with something here.
1st down and 10. Here's the handoff. And they'll take it up with the run to the 33, J.K. Dobbins. And he picks up 7 on the play. Belton was there to get him. It'll be 2nd down and 3. But now that defense can really just pin their ears back and go right at the quarterback. And for Dart saying, hey, we'll take it any way we can get it, on the ground, through the air, on deflected passes, however.
Yeah, he's incredible. It's really been an amazing day coming on the road against this defense and put up what they've done.
Evan Ingram outside, ushered out by Belton.
But as you just were saying, Kevin, the fact that they got that touchdown, now the defense can play more aggressively instead of just, hey, we're going to play soft and keep it in front and let the clock run and everything else. Because of this cushion, you know, now you can play aggressive and understand that the consequences aren't as severe as if it was just a two-possession game.
Here's a Giants team that began 0-3. They've won 2 of 3 coming in. Coming off a win over Philadelphia, the Super Bowl champions. First down 10, Nix again to the side. Belton with the big hit on the catch over there by Marvin Mims. Out to the 42, pick up a 5, second down and 5.
How about Belton? Right, Holland goes down with an injury. He's out for the rest of the game, and Belton just comes in sticking people. He had the huge hit at the goal line right at the end of the first half. And
now they got Tyler Nubin out at the safety, and they've brought in Banks. Here's a second 5, and he will one-hop it over on the side to the receiver, Cortland Sutton. 3rd and 5.
Well, Brian Burns is looking for a call on Garrett Bowles coming off the left side. Watch up top to your left-hand side. He gets underneath, Bowles up around his neck, and I don't think there was enough there for a call, even though Burns was looking for it. Yes, he's up around his neck, and yes, there's a tug there in super slow-mo, but if you see it more at regular speed, I don't think there's enough there to warrant the flag, even though he was hoping for one.
And it's 3rd down and 5. Bidet was the back, and he gets the call. He's looking for a block. Pelcheski gives it to him, and he takes it for a first down catch and run. And he's out to the 48, and he picks up 7 on 3rd down and 5 with the tackle made by Muasau. First down, Denver.
Well, just a third down conversion of the day for the Broncos.
First down and 10 for Nick, 16 of 32. Pocket crumbling, flag is thrown, and he goes down with Abdul Carter around his ankle. Stop was made, 47.
Holding, offense, number 72, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, they're going to get him this time.
Yep.
This time it's against Thibodeau, though. Same kind of move. He gets him up around the neck. Watch at the top of the screen, 72. He gets that left arm up around the neck at Thibodeau, and Carter able to get the sack.
Giant defense came into today 28th in the NFL, 20th in points allowed. That's quarterback and head coach with a quick word right there. 1st and 20 with the penalty for Bo Nix. Wenshi the block. Here they come up the middle. Pressure applied by Davidson. It goes out here to Ingram and knocked out of bounds. Ushered there by Drew Phillips. Gain of 9 on 1st and 20.
Back to you.
All right, Adam, thank you. 2nd down, 11. Ball batted down again. Burns that time in the passing lane, swatting that ball away. Is that the 5th? 4th knockdown of a Knicks pass this afternoon.
Yeah, Burns just timing that jump up perfectly as McGlinchey was holding him out.
3rd down and 11.
Well, at this juncture of the game, Kevin, it's all 4-down territory from here on out for the Broncos offensively.
Giants without 2 starters in their secondary underneath. It's Ingram. He's got to get to the 41, and a big hit right there by Andrew Phillips. Knocking out the former Giant. Ingram on the catch and run. The 31-year-old tight end could not get it. Picked up 9. It's 4th and 2, and they're going to keep that offense, as Trent was just alluding to, on the field.
Well, and knowing that down and distance, you just hit the crossing route. You try and pick up the first down, but you know that you're going to go for it on 4th down anyway, so you're just trying to get a chunk of yardage back. You see Burns and Thibodeau down right now.
5 in the Giants secondary. 4th and 2. Big play here for the Broncos. Thibodeau with the pressure, incomplete on the throw. They're looking for Bryant. Flag thrown. In the middle he went. And working on Art Green, or was it on Phillips? It was
Pass
Phillips.
interference. Defense, number 22. By rule, the ball is placed at the split foul, automatic. First down.
Well, it's the same thing. Watch 22 as he comes in motion. It's that left arm. He gets wrapped around the waist. You see the receiver get turned. Easy call for the officials.
So another first down on this drive for Denver. Nix again. Bulls trying to hold him off. Nix will be on the run. He's got the first down. And Okereke will make sure he stays to the boundary, and he's down to the 19 of the Giants. He goes into the red zone, a run at 21 by the second-year Bronco quarterback. 1st and 10, Denver.
We're going to see the Giants here are only going to rush 4, which tells you it's 7 drop into coverage. Then you lose outside contain, and Nick sees that. He knows he doesn't have a receiver over there, but he has plenty of space. Choosing wisely, stepping out of bounds.
Burns is back in. And it's 1st and 10 at the 19. With Nix to the end zone, and incomplete overshooting Sutton, and coverage by Flott, who continues to play well in the secondary for the Giants. 2nd down and 10.
Well, knowing with only under 6 minutes now to go in the game, he had Mims in the flat for about a 5-yard gain, maybe some yards after a catch, but taking a shot to Sutton on the corner route, trying to get a quick touchdown. Not able to make the connection.
Broncos had won 3 straight since losing some early games of the season in the last play of the game. But here the Giants have had control. 2nd down and 10, dumping it off Bidet. Got a block out there from Miners and the center Wattenberg, and then brought down as he wheels his way down to the 7, picks up 12. It's 1st and goal for Denver. Wattenberg leading the way on the side of the center. This was one of the most highly ranked offensive lines in the NFL coming into week 7. 1st and goal, there's the whistle. Timeout.
Charge timeout.
Giants.
New York, they're 2nd. It will be 30 seconds.
And 1 left for Brian Daboll.
But you also give an entire offseason, in this case Bo Nix, where defensive coordinators get to game plan and see the things that you're doing well and try and defend those things.
1st and goal from the 7. Nix deflected again. Deflected once again. And that might have been Darius Alexander. It's 2nd down and goal for Denver. 91. Yep. The rookie from Toledo. 2nd down and goal. Fake handoff. Here comes Nix in pursuit. Thibodeau getting a block. And he'll get inside the pylon. That is a touchdown. Seven-yard touchdown run by Bo Nix. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the season.
You're going to see the mesh here. He sees Thibodeau crash to the inside, so he just keeps it, able to get around the edge, and then with a good block to the outside, just walled off. Ingram was allowing Nix to get in that front corner as they're going for 2 once again.
Giants have led the entire way, going for 2 right here. Nix with the block by Bidet to the end zone, caught for 2. And grabbed by Franklin. And it's a 10-point game. Giants' biggest lead today, 19 points.
Well, it just shows you how important that deflection touchdown that the Giants just got prior to this drive, because now all of a sudden a 10-point game with 5 minutes to go, it's not unheard of, Kevin. So there's
and
the block by Ingram with the wall up there. And then the 2-point conversion to the back of the end zone to Franklin.
.5:13 to go. Giants have a timeout. Broncos have 2. 10-point game. Closest it's been in a while. It was 19-0 New York. As Dart gets ready to come back in, 14-26 for him. 3 touchdown passes and 265 yards through the air.
And remember, if they were going to try an onside, they would have to tell him early.
Notify.
We would all know it based on how they were lined up. So no surprise onside. And
Singletary and Olszewski
and all
deep.
3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning in the Broncos' favor. So the Giants trying to use up as much time as possible, get the Broncos to burn their timeouts, need to protect the football like they've done all day.
Lutz with the kickoff. Olszewski with the catch and the return from the 2. Singletary a block, and he runs out. He'll be near the 30-yard line. It's been over a year since the Giants have won a road game. Daniel Jones threw 2 touchdowns, the first of which to Wendell Robinson in the red zone, then Darius Slayton for 30 yards. Seahawks tried to rally. The Giants blocked a potential game-tying field goal, returned it 60 yards for the 29-20 win. 8 consecutive losses on the road for New York. Now with a couple tight ends and Scatterboo back there, it's 1st and 10. Dart, Scatterboo, and he'll try to ply his way in there, and then he is stopped on the play by John Franklin Myers. Grabbed him up high, limits him to a gain of 2 out to the 32.
And that's the first timeout quickly by Sean Payton. Did you see all 11 guys stacked in the box there for the Broncos?
They were there and ready, weren't
with
they?
With the tight ends and only 1 receiver in with the tight alignment, and said this is not going to happen. Last week, Dart was exceptional against the blitz. Today, even more so. Look at the production there, nearly 200 yards and the 2 touchdowns. Great poise by the rookie.
Scatterboo on the ground, averaging a little over 4 yards a carry, 13 for 55. 2nd down 8, Scatterboo. Bellinger trying to block. Humphrey with the block, and he'll spin his way to the 35 with a gain of 3. Setting up 3rd down and 5 to go. And another timeout taken by the Broncos. 1 left and under 5 to go. You know, this defense at Denver, they've faced some running quarterbacks here the last couple of weeks, Hurts and Fields, so they've gotten a feel for running quarterbacks. But today, the quarterback for the New York Giants, Dart, has only run 4 times.
Well, and it's generally not a called run, right? All of his runs have mainly been on scrambles and off of a called pass. So they've gone to more of a wide up. Let's see, they got 3 receivers in, so they're spreading things out a little bit more. So Denver's not stacked in at the line of scrimmage.
It's a 3rd and 5. They come up the middle, heavy pressure in the throw. Intercepted! It's picked off by Sternad. He breaks a tackle, breaks another. Now inside the 20. Oh, disaster! What a play! 21-yard return. Sternad comes up with the pick. And plenty of time left for Denver. In the first turnover.
Sternad's going to be lined up in the weak side, and he's going to work his way out over here. This is right where he came from last time, where he blitzed the A-gap and was able to get the pressure. Dart not able to get anything on that. Watch his feet. So he can't step into it. He's stepping over a defender. Sternad is able to get in the lane, and because he can't get enough elevation on that pass, timely interception, the first big mistake for Dart on the day, as the Broncos now back in the red zone.
So 3 touchdowns and 1 pick right there. The day for Dart at the 19. Nix going deep. 1st and 10 and incomplete for Harvey. And the coverage on the play by Muasau, the linebacker. 2nd down and 10 for Denver.
Well, McGlinchey's slow. McGlinchey's still down on the field. That would be huge for the Broncos,
who already playing with their 3rd different guard today.
Lindsey 69 on the backside. Let's see.
From behind.
Yep. Dexter Lawrence is going in on the tackle, and his legs hit into the back of McGlinchey.
So Frank Crum would come in at the right tackle. A 2nd-year lineman from Wyoming.
And McGlinchey's playing great this season. He's rated one of the top 10 tackles in the NFL and has done an outstanding job all season. And today we really haven't had reason to call him out much. Good to see him walking off on his own.
Denver in their first 8 possessions. 5 punts, a turnover on downs. End of the first half. Last 2 touchdowns. Here's a 2nd 10. Nix, Crum the block. Underneath they go. Franklin. And then he was grabbed by Okereke and Muasau. And he's down to the 14-yard line. Gain of 5. 3rd and 5. And 5 wide.
Keep an eye. You got Ingram here in the slot. And Sutton there.
Thibodeau.
Unless you get the hard count, you get the easy one, Kevin. That's
offside. Defense number 5, unimpeded to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty. Results in a 1st down.
1st and goal at the 9. So after the linebacker, Sternad has his 1st career interception. He sets up this great beginning field position. They start at the New York 19, down to the 9, 1st and goal. Nix with 5 wide. Plenty of time in the play clock. Nix, Crum the block. Caught. Mims. Slants inside from the 5 down to the 2. Pickup of 7. 2nd down goal.
Well, they catch him in man-to-man. It was pretty obvious what they're going to run as they try and get up to the line here quickly.
Harvey the back. Nix chased by Thibodeau. Backpedaling, touchdown, Harvey. And the Broncos are back in business. And cash in on the interception of Dart.
Okereke's in man-to-man coverage. He gets walled off on the inside, picked by his own guys, so he can't get out there. He's late getting to the flat. Here he is right here, but watch the defender as he's trying to get through. His own guy causes him to cut underneath. Watch, it slows him down just enough that he can't get out there in time.
Harvey with his 2nd receiving touchdown. The rookie running back and a 2nd-round pick out of Central Florida. Lutz the extra point. And it is a 3-point game after a 19-0 Giant lead.
So many people don't want to be labeled game managers, but there's certain times where sometimes that's the best thing to do. And even though Jackson Dart was trying to make a good play, now he's got to come up with something here to keep control of the ball.
Olszewski banging like a pinball. Key will make the tackle with Skinner. And they're out to the 27-yard line, and they'll have it. 1 timeout apiece. 1st down and 10. The crowd back into it. Under 4 to go. A one-time 19-0 lead is down to 3, and the Giants have got the ball. On the road, his 2nd road start as an NFL quarterback, Jackson Dart. Scatterboo is in. 2 tight ends. Bellinger, the fullback. dart. Scatterboo. Bellinger a block, and then he is smothered. Brought down by Jones. Hit on the play by Moss. Nothing there. No gain. Second down and 10, and the clock continues to tick. Young quarterbacks, one a rookie, one in his second year, putting on a show.
Well, it may not have been the prettiest all the time, and you're going to get that with young quarterbacks, especially with two defenses that they're going against, but coming up big in big moments, both of these guys, this is how you finish football games. We just talked about Sean Payton, how impressed he's been with Bo Nix and his team being able to finish close games. Now it's Jackson Dart's opportunity here on the road.
Second down and 10. Scatterboo in the middle. Jackhammers, nothing there. Again hit hard. Singleton, Franklin Myers all had a hand on that stop on a gain of 2 with Scatterboo, and a timeout taken.
Yeah, the Broncos used that last timeout.
So Denver is out. Giants with 1. And a huge 3rd down and 8 coming up for New York.
Well, I would think you'd try and set up some kind of screen, something that's a quick throw to the outside or a dump off to Scatterboo. Something that you know is going to be a completion that keeps the clock running. You want to get the first down because then you could ultimately end the game if you can get to the 2-minute warning, or at the very least give them the ball back with only a couple seconds. But you also want to keep the clock moving here, so look for a very secure type of throw.
Dart on 3rd down and 8. Boy, they're crowding that line. Here they come. They bring 5. Dart to the air. No! To Robinson. McMillan the coverage. 4th down and 8. And they're going to have to rely on their defense. The punting unit is out there for New York.
Well, Robinson was looking for a penalty here. Let's see. They're going to be right in the slot. Gets to the outside. McMillan has some grab. It's all within there. There's nothing there. I know there's a 5-yard bump rule, but not enough there to warrant a flag.
Jamie Gillen.
Now plenty of time for Denver to move down the field.
Mims is back. On a winless day, Gillen the punt. And Mims at his 20. Hang of 4.57. Got by Belton and squirms his way for a 12-yard gain on a 50-yard Giant punt. No timeouts for the Broncos. They trail by 3.
Couple of DBs down as you look here.
They've done it before, not too long ago at Philadelphia.
Giants down a couple of defensive backs. Javon Holland's out, Adebo's out. The guys up front were gassed. We saw Burns limp off the field earlier, but he's back out there.
Lutz is watching and waiting.
Is McGlinchey back in at right tackle? Yes, he is.
From the 32, it's out to Dobbins. He'll try to dance, and down he goes. Tackle made by Burns. Losing a yard. Clock is ticking. 2nd down and 11. 2-minute warning will stop the clock. Broncos are out. You see the play clock now at 27. With the 2nd down and 11. McGlinchey the block. Nix across the middle. Incomplete. And looking for Franklin. 3rd down and 11 to go.
Well, Dobbins was on a crossing route out of the backfield, and Franklin was working underneath, and it looked like they both got in each other's way, or at least it caused. Watch as Dobbins, 27, comes across. Franklin loses sight of the ball because of that and never locates it until it was too late.
3rd down numbers today for Nix. 3rd down and 11. They need their own 42. Nix to the air, Bowles with the block. Nix going long and caught by Mims. 1st down. Belton and Phillips were back there in the secondary. On 3rd and 11, a gain of 32 to the 38 of the New York Giants.
Teams have gone after Phillips all season long. He's given up some yardage, this time throwing a back shoulder to Mims. Phillips not able to locate it in time. Right now you're looking at about a 56-yard field goal.
That is well within his range.
Definitely.
He had a 57-yarder last week in London against the Jets. 1st and 10, Nick short, incomplete. 2:04 to go, no timeout. 2nd and 10, Franklin was in his crosshairs on that throw.
But Kevin, a field goal just ties it, right?
Yep,
You want to try and go down. You've got this position. You want to get some things going. You got no timeouts. You got the 2-minute warning coming up. Try and get yourself into try and win this game at the end of regulation.
It's 2nd down and 3. Just before the 2-minute warning. Giants have led the entire game. Nix underneath. Ingram out of bounds. Oh, he stayed in and finally brought down by Belton. It's a catch and run. He's inside the 20.
The defense just assumed he was going to go out of bounds as they pushed him, and he planted the foot and took it down the sideline. Great job by Ingram.
2-minute warning is here. So here are the Denver Broncos, trailing all afternoon by as many as 19-0. Now within 3, 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line of the Giants. As we come out of that 2-minute warning break, we have an official timeout. Broncos out of timeouts.
Not sure what that was, but reset the play clock. And
running back will be Bidet. Nix will take it himself on 1st and 10. Blocked by Bowles. Touchdown Denver. The Broncos have their first lead today.
what a great play call and a great play design. Sutton is on the outside. He's going to seal it. And Bowles gets around to the outside to be the lead blocker.
Lutz with the extra point, which is vital. And he gets it. 4-point game, 1:51 to go. And the Denver Broncos, who trailed 19-0, have come back to take a 30-26 lead over the New York Giants.
So Sutton's going to come down and crack Thibodeau. Bowles gets out in space. He's able to get up, and then he seals it. And
then
Nix is able to get in untouched.
McGlinchey gets a block down low, too. And Bo Nix with the touchdown run, his second of the season. 18 yards. What a comeback by the Denver Broncos. It was 26-8. 26-8 Giants with 5:14 left.
Well, and remember, the Giants missed the extra point, and then on their second score, they went for 2 to make up for it and didn't make it. So that's the 2 points that they're missing right now, because all of a sudden, instead of a 2-point, it's a 4-point game now, but it would have been a 2-point game. So now the Giants are going to need a touchdown here with 1:51 and 1 timeout.
They're going to put Oshesky and Deonte Banks back there to retrieve the kickoff. It had been Singletary, but Banks is back there now with Oshesky. So plenty of time, 1:51 and a timeout. Giants have led over 50 minutes of the game until now. And the boot, and they'll put it at the 35 on the touchback. All right, what's going through the mind of the rookie quarterback on the road, down by 4?
Well, there's plenty of time as you hear the crowd trying to get into this, make it as difficult as possible with communication. But you've got 1 timeout, 1:51. That's a lot of time.
Tracy the back. Dart today, 14-28, 3 touchdowns and a pick. It's 1st and 10. Thomas the block. Crumbling pocket. Grab below. Zach Allen cut him. Allen brings them down at the 31. A sack right there. They lose 4, and the clock is ticking.
Well, Allen just on a twist in the middle of the field. They lose track of him. He's able to come up with that sack as the time is running.
2nd down and 14. Tracy remains. Dart. Good cup. Going deep. Oh, he's got him! And he missed him. Looking for Jalen Hyatt, who was the Biletnikoff winner, the best college receiver a couple years ago at Tennessee, and he had separation.
A little double move, a little slant and go. No help to the inside for Surtain. As Dart just overthrows him by a couple of yards, he sees him. He knows he had a missed one there.
3rd and 14. They need the 45.
Under 10 seconds on the play clock. You don't want to burn the timeout for something like this. You got to get up and get it snapped down under 5.
At 1, at 0, the snap, the penalty. Unless they call the time.
Prior to the snap, delay a game. Offense, number 6. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
3rd and 19.
Well, I attribute that to the crowd noise because there were some of the players out there had their hands up like, I don't even know what the play is. Trying to get something called. Delay getting to the line. Here we go, 3rd and a mile, but you've got to try and at least get half of this back to make it a more manageable 4th down. You see the coverage, looks like a 2-deep shell. They're going to try and keep everything in front of them.
Jackson Dart, 3rd down and 19. Moving up, has time downfield, and broken up by Surtain. Looking for Robinson, 4th and 19.
Surtain was trying to bait him. He made him think like, oh, I can sneak this over the top. Watch Surtain as he lets him go, and then he drifts back. Watch. He sees the crosser coming, but he's like, you see the acceleration? Once he baited him into that, he tried going up and getting it. 4th down now.
Jaquan McMillan was there as well. 4th down, 19.
Under 10 seconds. Now you're under 5 seconds. You got to.
Dart.
Barely get it.
Here they come. Here he goes, and it is bobbled and caught. Robinson reels it in, but did
I think he's got it. I think he did.
McMillan was right there, and they give him the 1st down.
Oh, and 15 roughing the passer, Kevin.
Oh, my goodness.
Automatic 1st down.
They get 19 on 4th and 19. Robinson comes up big again.
All right.
This is his Dart, steps up in the pocket. He hits Robinson, but right there,
Franklin
Myers with the hit that gets the extra 15. Now it's down to the 40.
And again, plenty of time on the clock, 1:01. And a New York timeout. And they're at the 40 of the Broncos.
Under 2 minutes, so you can't challenge that. And it looked to me like he was able to extend it before his knee hit the ground, but the penalty, it doesn't matter now.
What a test for a rookie quarterback. 1st and 10. Thomas a block. Dart going deep and looking, and it was broken up at the 1 and incomplete, looking for Bo Collins. The rookie from Notre Dame with Hufanga back there.
Well, now you got to worry about the health of the players. That was a heck of a collision there.
That's a look at P.J. Locke. He's taking the place of the injured Brandon Jones, who walked off under his own power. He's in the blue 10. 2nd and 10 for the Giants, who led 19-0. Comeback orchestrated by Nix at the 40 of Denver. Jackson Dart with 3 touchdown passes today. 2nd down and 10. Scatterboo in. Dart gets away from Tillman, who now chases. And incomplete at the 15. Moss was down there covering a little Jordan Humphrey. 3rd and 10 for the Giants.
Well, good downfield coverage, as you just said. Here's 89, little Jordan Humphrey. He's trying to come back to the ball. He looks and he sees that he's scrambling. Ball's too wide to come up with, but good coverage there. Some help over the top. The two safeties were deep. 49 seconds. You can still throw the ball in the middle of the field. I know you're trying to save some time, but 3rd and 10. Don't forget the middle of the field.
And a timeout. Dart again. The time. The throw. And going for the rookie, and incomplete. And looking again for Collins. And a flag thrown at the 4 in the middle of the field. Well, Moss was covering.
Well, it did look like some contact. And is that Peyton all the way out with the officials? He's down at the 2-yard line out on the field. He's got to be careful not to get a flag.
And he just got a flag. He just got a flag.
I think what his argument is that the receiver grabbed Moss, but Moss wasn't turning around for the ball as the ball was coming in. There's Peyton all the way down there. He's down at the 2-yard line trying to get in the middle of the officials. That's what draws the extra flag.
There are 2 fouls in the play, both by the defense. Pass interference, 21. Right rule, the ball was placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down. There was also unsportsmanlike conduct on the head coach.
It's goal to go for the New York Giants, who trail by 4 but have led most of the game.
Well, you would think it's the 2-yard line for the pass interference and then half the distance for the penalty on Peyton, moving it to the 1-yard line, but they have the ball at the 2. Now Brian Daboll's down at the 8-yard line trying to get the officials' attention. He's waving his arms like, I think he's probably saying the same thing I just did. And there they go. They're moving it up to the 1. I think that's what he was trying to get that point across. 40 seconds, Kevin, so still plenty of time. You can do anything. You've got the 1 timeout. What we've seen most of the time has been a quarterback sneak.
They brought in Aaron Stinney as an extra lineman.
We couldn't hear what Brad Allen was trying to say there, but oh, they're trying to say there's a player eligible, and Singleton couldn't. He's like, who are you talking about as eligible? We need to know as a defense.
First and goal. Dart will run it himself and dives.
Oh, they're saying he's
short inside the 1.
Dart saying he got in. The clock is rolling, or it should be. Let's see. He catches.
Charge timeout.
I don't know. I don't think his knee ever went down. So New York calls the timeout. They can't challenge it. His contact
is under further review.
That looks like a touchdown.
It looks like a touchdown is right.
Watch right here. He never touches the ground. His forearm is until the thigh comes down. The ball's in the end zone. Definitely broke the plane. The knee never goes down. Right there, he makes contact,
but the ball's
already in.
Yes. Ball's well over the goal line. Gene Steratore is a rules analyst. Gene, what do you see on this one?
Yeah, I agree with what you guys are saying. I was looking at Jackson Dart's thigh pad, which I think was the first body part to make contact and where the football was at that point. To me, guys, as you said, I think the ball's breaking the plane when that right thigh pad hits the ground.
I'd love we get to bring Gene into the game.
It is a touchdown.
Wow!
Yeah.
How about that?
And the Giants are back on top. Leading by 2 with 31 seconds left in regulation.
But there's still plenty of time here. You gotta.
Please reset the game clock to 37 seconds.
They've already missed an extra point, so this extra point's critical because Denver.
Because of the replay review, we will restore the timeout to New York.
So 37 seconds left. There won't be any time goes off on the extra point.
And an important one for Mikatomne.
You need to get the extra point because Denver's going to have a chance to come down and try and kick a long field goal. If you're able to make this, it'll be to tie. If you miss it, it could be to win.
He missed earlier. And
he missed again.
No, he missed that one again. He's in for the injured Graham Gano, who is on IR. 2 missed extra points. It's a 2-point game. The Giants on top. The Broncos will have it out of timeouts.
Well, the one he missed earlier, he pulled to the left. He missed it to the left. It was a low snap, but the hold was good, and they were able to get it down. As we take a look, this is the first one, and he hooks it. Just barely pulls it left of the upright. This time, pushing it to the right.
Here's a player who played at Rutgers for a couple of years. And he misses his second extra point. The Giants are on top by 2. Can they hold on? And does Denver have anything left? As we've had a wild fourth quarter. Down by 2. They'll get the ball in about 37 seconds right now. 37 exactly, with who knows what once the kick is away. Broncos have 2 losses this year by a combined 4 points. By 1 to the Colts, by 3 to the Chargers on game-ending kicks.
Well, and both teams have scored on deflected passes. We had a pass interference call and here we go.
At the 5-yard line, it's Bidet. And brought down with the return of 20 yards by Bo Braid. 33 seconds to go, and Knicks with no timeouts and down by 2. The 2 losses by the Giants have been by field goals. Or rather, by the Broncos have been by field goals.
Need to get about 30 yards just to have a legit chance.
The numbers on the quarterback, Bo Nix. 1st and 10 from their 23, and no timeouts. Nix, long, down the middle, and caught,
and he caught it
at the 48-yard line and grabbed by Mims.
They're going to spike it here.
They're going to have to. Clock is ticking, no timeouts, and there's the spike. Stopping the clock at 18 seconds.
Well, they're going to get Burns for being offsides. Burns wasn't back across the line of scrimmage. Remember, he hurt his ankle, and he was slow getting back onto his side of the line. The ball was snapped.
On infraction. Defense, number 0. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So mark them 5 yards closer. They'll be at the 43 of the Giants. What a catch by Mims and a thicket of defenders. A forest. Wow.
Kevin, I thought he was throwing the ball to Sutton. I thought he was throwing the ball to Sutton on the dig route. You see that Burns was offsides, but it looked like it was going to Sutton.
Reminder, the kickoff of the Falcons and Niners game at 8:22 Eastern tonight on NBC. It's 1st and 5. Timeout, New York. They use their final timeout.
So Mims was on a seam route, clearing things out. Sutton was on a dig route to the outside. Mims is able to come back for it and make the catch.
Will Lutz continues to warm up on the sideline. The excruciating end of this game. You can see it on the faces of both these head coaches, Brian Daboll and Sean Payton. At the 43, 1st and 5. Nix with 2 touchdowns, a rushing touchdown himself of 18 yards. It's a 1st and 5. Nix, and caught by Sutton. Got it on the side. Newman was there. Sutton quickly assembles with his team at the line. Clock is ticking. They'll spike it. 2 seconds left. They're going to try a field goal to win it. And Will Lutz will come out.
What a crazy fourth quarter, Kevin. This is...
The two losses by the Broncos have been on game-ending field goals. And wouldn't it be something if they ended this one on a game-winning field goal for them? It'll go down to the 29. It is a 39-yard try for Boney the snap. Crawshaw, the rookie, will hold it. Will Lutz, 39-yard field goal for the win. He got it! Denver has won! The Broncos are 5-2 for the first time in 9 years. So improbable, NFL teams had won 1,602 consecutive games when leading by 18 points in the final 6 minutes of a game. We've had 3 lead changes in the final minute 51. And 2 extra point misses by a young kicker for the Giants. The game-winning 39-yard field goal by Lutz. And Denver scores 33 points in the fourth quarter. 33 points in the fourth, the most ever by a Bronco team in history.